Nero is synonymous with burning CDs and DVDs and quite a bit more, from video editing to transcoding. And you know what? Let's get Roger Chang on. He has been reviewing the product. I got to ask, does anybody really, with all the free products out there, does anybody really need to buy burning software?
Honestly, no, you don't.
If all you need to do is burn.
If all you want to do is burn out a music CD, a data CD, or DVD, or stuff like that, no, you don't. What Nero 10 multimedia, the Nero Multimedia Suite 10 does is incorporate several different packages, of which Nero Burning ROM is one.
Right.
The other two is Nero Vision Extra and Nero Back It Up and Burn, which is archiving, safekeeping storage utility to back up all your stuff.
So I got to ask, Nero Vision Extra, is that multimedia playback or is that editing software, or what is that?
That is editing. So, for example, if I wanted to take all the shows I've recorded or take all the home movies I've made, I can edit it using their application. And I have to say, it's a really darn good one.
This I should point out, as someone who has been working with and observing Roger for years, I've never actually seen him say anything nice about a consumer video editing program.
Typically, consumer-oriented video editing products are kind of geared toward the very low end. In other words, people who've never done it before, so they have a very simplified, walk you through it, hold your hand interface. Nero Vision Extra essentially assumes that you already know what you're doing. It doesn't give you all the features of, say, a Premiere Pro, a Final Cut Pro, or even a Final Cut Express, but it gives you enough. So, hey, if I wanted to slap together, the bachelor party video I made, I can do that. If I wanted to do like one of those fan subs that people do on YouTube, where they take the anime and they put their own dialogue in it, which is really gross, in it as well, you can do that. And the great thing, for example, you look at it, you get multi-track editing, something you don't normally find in a package that's $70. Now,
and that's just one component.
And that's just one component. Now, for example, you're talking about the secure disk technology. They actually have something called disk span and disk merge, which allows you to spread across multiple CDs, DVDs, or Blu-ray discs a file that's too big to fit on just one. It's pretty sensible. It's not something I don't think everyone would use, but for situations like ours, I think it makes a lot more.
Or if you want to do one
sense.
Crazy backup of your 1 terabyte drive, and you
that
want to
too.
throw
I mean,
DVDs in it all day long.
And you know what? Optical discs are great because you can still store them in a safety deposit box or leave it at someone else's house, and not a hard drive that, I have other stuff on it, I need to have it with me.
There's also like a media playback component, Media Hub. Is it designed for like lean back in the living room, or is it designed for hunkering over your computer?
It's still designed around a PC interface, and it's essentially just a media organization manager, and it does your music, photos, videos. And one of the plus sides I found is it supports the Windows Media Center recording format.
Oh, really?
I mean, granted, it's only, I think it's an MPEG 2 or MPEG 4. It's nothing difficult, but it's in a wrapper. And I can play it, straight off the bat. So if
that doesn't play in a lot of media playback devices.
No, it doesn't.
Whatever.
And, I can watch my episode of Smallville that I recorded. This was like 2 months ago, I think, this episode of Smallville. And I can watch it just fine. It also includes a simple photo editor. So all these photos I have, I can do simple editing. Like if I wanted to crop, do red eye reduction, do those kind of effects that I guess people enjoy, like sepia or sharpen or blur and stuff like that.
So obviously, okay, media management, media creation, media editing. Is there any batch processing and transcoding tools? Does it do hardware acceleration? So
I have not found any batch tools that allow me to do a group of items like I would say in Adobe Photoshop. But it does have transcoding tools. They're actually very useful, but they're very difficult to get to if all you want to do is, say, transfer from one file format to another. Because it's all built around, you're going to end up with a disk. So all the wizards and stuff are kind of designed that you're going to end up with a disk. At one point, yeah, you can select, choose what format.
You sure there's no way to just copy a whole folder, or you just haven't found it?
I haven't found it, and it might be buried in there, but I was going through the manual, I couldn't find it. That said, it does allow you to do direct YouTube, MySpace uploads. So if you want a video clip, I can click publish, and then I can say upload, and then I can choose where I want to upload it to as soon as it comes up. And actually, this is the one annoying thing, is that you'll notice that a lot of these interface buttons aren't exactly uniform across all the products, so it's kind of jarring when you bounce around between separate applications.
So one last thing before we go, does it do hardware acceleration for offloading the CPU to the GPU and transcoding for
Yes,
API
it supports
and NVIDIA?
it supports NVIDIA's CUDA, so that means if you have an NVIDIA card that has CUDA support in it, the transcoding application will take advantage of it and speed up by offloading off your CPU onto the
considerably
video card.
less time. What's the bottom line?
Bottom line, for $70, I think it's a great buy if you don't have all these products. So if you have all of them and you just want the video editor, you can buy it separately.
Oh, really?
Because
Cool.
it's part of Nero Video Extras. But if you want everything, including it has a really solid backup tool. You know, $70, you really can't go wrong.
So that's a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Ladies and gentlemen, he likes it, people.